Hey everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Artisan Pirate here, and in today's fun video we're going to be looking at and trying out a brand new laser out here in the workshop. Now for around 3 years I've had the basic 5-watt laser that's easily available and becoming more and more common in weekend woodworkers shops, you know, just hobby woodworkers and everything. So really neat. I have now upgraded to the 20-watt laser, and I originally had the Longer Ray5 5-watt laser. I have a great relationship with the Longer company. I have 2 of their 3D printers. I had the original Longer Ray5 that they sent me, and what's in the enclosure behind me is the 20-watt version of the Ray5, so a major step up from 20 watts. But with the 5-watt we had been able to do a lot of amazing stuff that I documented on all of my social medias. Of course, it can laser cut through the basic 3mm craft plywood, and there is a nice tree of life design vector that I had found online, and then I had even got it to go even farther and laser cut through the 1/4 inch material we cut out over on the scroll saw, and that is an ornament that says "Follow your dreams." Indeed, I am trying to, and this is a Steve Good scroll saw pattern. And then I was able to make stuff in miniature, which really opened my eyes to the possibility of making things like tiny and minute and everything. But here is a nice little Amazing Grace cross. This is also a Steve Good scroll saw pattern. And then trying out different things, I learned how to engrave on glass. Now keep in mind, all of this I'm showing you was with the 5-watt laser. The 20-watt laser we're about to look at is capable of way more amazing possibilities, and even doing stuff on stainless steel acrylics and things like that. And we even done a video where we laser engraved on slate drink coasters, and we done a video on doing these. And I've got a few videos on the Longer Ray5 5-watt laser if you guys care to go back and look at them. But I've already done several tests on the new laser. At the time of this video's recording, I've had this new laser about 2 weeks, so I've been able to put it through its paces just to learn some of the settings. Of course, I've done a ton of Christmas ornaments. It is the Christmas season, and when I first got it, I was dialing in my settings for the Ray5 5-watt, and I was simply just charring wood, so I've had to back it back down. So I'm happy that I'm not having to run it at full power. Of course, with it being in the enclosure here that we also had a video on, it's hard to see what it looks like. So what I'm going to do right now is actually take the camera off the tripod. We're going to go over everything, and then we're going to do a test run with it. So let's get started. Okay, here is my Longer Ray5 20-watt laser. Of course, it's in the box there. This is a extraction unit and an enclosure. All the smoke and fumes that is put off by the laser is piped out the back of the workshop, and we'll see that in a second. But as you can see, I have all of my cords there on one power strip that is, you know, got a surge protector and all on it just in case. And the laptop there runs the Lightburn software that runs the laser, and it's dedicated to this unit, and it sits right there, and it's right on the toolbox, so it's at a comfortable height for me to dial in everything. This extraction unit was got for me for my birthday, and it's worked great, and the air quality out in the workshop is phenomenal now. Of course, I just had a fan blowing it into the dust vent before, but this was a major step up and much needed. And of course, when out in the workshop, I always have the air filtration unit running as well. And in the summer, I have doors open and fans blowing and helping pull and circulate air. But what we will do here is we will open this. It just zips up, and it's got that UV protection to help protect your eyes. Of course, anytime I am running the laser, I have on the safety glasses there for just double protection and everything. We will open it up here. And as I said, everything is connected to this power strip here, so it's just one switch. And you will hear the vent come on. The vent is piped back there, and it's actually just a RV motor bathroom vent that I got off Amazon for less than $25. And then to go a step farther, I have this right here, this little USB powered fan to push more back into the hole there where things will be extracted. But there you see the laser head. I've got my Artisan Pirate logo on it. I always like to brand myself. But that's the motor in that you hear running. I'll let you hear how quiet it actually is with the dust extractor only running, and of course air assist is turned on as well. The honeycomb hive here, my buddy Robert in New York sent me a piece of this mesh here. I could not find it where I'm at in Burlington, and I've just got it stapled to a oak frame that I ripped down to 1/2 inch, and it's great for holding and supporting everything. Now I do have a lot of residue and charring in it, so I will probably ultimately upgrade to a proper honeycomb in the future, but I'm just happy to have the 20-watt laser here. Now, of course, we're going to film with this, and it's hard to film through this. I will film one portion of the video so you guys can see what I see when it's going. So what I'm probably going to do is put my original camera I started the YouTube channel with in here. It's on a little like stand that I can manipulate, so I'll probably put it down here in the corner so you guys can see how the dust extraction back there works. But let me get the camera back onto the tripod, and we're going to give this laser a test run, and why not make a little Christmas project since it is the season. And over here at the Ray5, we're going to load a piece of 1/4 inch material into the bed of the laser, and I will frame it out a couple times to make sure I am maximizing my material here. And we will close it up and put on our safety goggles and begin the laser. For those curious, I am using the Lightburn software, and for my 1/4 inch material here for the 20-watt Ray5 laser, I'm using a speed of 300, power at 85%, one pass with air assist on. And this is the view I see when I'm working with the laser. Of course, I've got the safety goggles on, and it's hard to really tell what is going on, and obviously the footage is sped up, but as I said, I did put my small camera down into the bed of the laser and turned it on to where you guys can get an internal view of what's going on and how the dust extraction works. You can see that all of the smoke is contained in the unit, and the laser is just going about cutting everything out smoothly and crisply with no charring on the front side at all. And again, air assist is on, but it will go through here, and it's always amazing to watch it cut out stuff and engrave on things. Again, I have a lot of amazing ideas for uses with this 20-watt laser, and I'm so happy to have this upgrade out in the workshop. A huge improvement over the 5-watt. But now that all the cutting's done, it's going through and etching all of the details onto the pieces, like the Christmas presents and the decorations on the Christmas trees here. And because of the size of this project, we're going to have to do 2 separate pieces of 1/4 inch material. But all in all, for the project we're making here, which is a small Christmas gingerbread house ornament that I have enlarged to where it's visible on camera for you guys, it took it around 35 minutes to do completely. And we will remove those pieces and get another piece prepped and ready to go. And also, I pre-sand all of my pieces that I load into the laser for those curious. But now it will do the rest of the gingerbread house, the roof, and the other pieces for it. If you guys like what you're seeing, I would highly encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also follow me across all my social medias under the Artisan Pirate name. I'd really appreciate the support. And again, I have a great working relationship with the Longer company, and I have 2 of their 3D printers in the house, and now this amazing 20-watt laser out here. But now that all of the pieces are laser cut, we can get ready to do some touch-up cleaning on them if there's any chip outs anywhere. And we can look at all of the pieces that the 20-watt laser has cut out, and they all came out amazingly well. And the technology is just so amazing to me. But now we will assemble everything, and keep in mind this is all just a dry fit assembly. Everything is fitting into the tabs and the slots snugly. But it came out amazingly well, this little Christmas gingerbread house ornament. And here we have the completed miniature Christmas gingerbread house cut out completely on the Ray5 20-watt laser engraver by Longer, and it finished up amazingly well. And this is just dry assembly. It's not glued together. Everything slotted together amazingly well and came together amazingly well. Keep in mind, this was supposed to be a Christmas ornament and made real miniature, maybe 2 or 3 inches tall. I just do not have none of the thin material to make it that small, so I just went in the software and enlarged it. So keep that in mind for all the projects I'm going to show you here when we go on to showing everything else. But it took around 35 minutes to do both sections of this. Of course, because I enlarged the file, I had to do it in 2 sections because of the size of the laser bed, if that makes any sense. So that's also cool, and I was able to show you guys some different camera angles, and I hope you guys appreciated them and can kind of get an understanding of what the Longer Ray5 20-watt laser is capable of. So really, really neat. And you can see, because it was supposed to be a Christmas ornament, it does have a hoop at the top. But this would not be practical as an ornament unless you had like a 10 or 15 foot tree in like an office complex or something like that. But it still came out great with some beautiful detail, the snowflakes in the roof, the presents on the side, and then the Christmas tree with more presents underneath it on the taller side of it there. And the snowflakes all came out amazingly well. You could even use these as standalone projects, you know, batch these out and cut out a Christmas tree and then glue it to them, or maybe to a winter scene, or even cards or something. So great possibilities for those little offcuts there. And this file here came from the website Etsy, and it was in a pattern pack of like 1,000 Christmas designs that I downloaded. It was on sale and it was claimed as a limited edition sale, and I got all the files that I'm going to show you here except one off of this pattern pack, and it was like $4 American total with tax. So I've got those saved and I've been browsing them, and I've just used the ones that have really stood out in my mind's eye and what I could possibly make with them. But there's a lot of possibilities going forward, of course, for other seasonal projects. And keep in mind, this is never going to take the place of scroll saw woodworking videos over here on the channel, so please do not have a fear of that. I love scroll saw woodworking. It's what I'm passionate about. It is still, as long as I've been doing it, very therapeutic for me. But I would like to, with your guys' opinions and everything, please let me know. Offer some laser project videos in the new year when we pick everything back up. I think it would be a great way to show off things like if I'd get a bulk order and wanted to run them on the laser. And of course, the laser can be ran while you're doing other stuff in the workshop. But of course, never leave your laser unattended. It is in a fireproof enclosure back there with dust extraction on it. And I was always wearing my safety UV goggles when running it, but I'm able to turn it on and come over to the scroll saw and work a little, and then just keep checking on it periodically while it makes amazing little projects like this. And of course, this is the gingerbread house we made today, and it was cut out of 1/4 inch material that I can easily pick up at the Builder's Center a few miles from home. But as I said, since I enlarged it, it was supposed to be a Christmas ornament and cut out of this thin 3mm craft plywood. And I believe this is called basswood or basswood, that's made for laser engraving. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So you can see the thickness difference here, and this is what we use for all of the projects I am about to pick up and show you. But keep in mind, they were all supposed to have been cut out of this craft plywood, and I enlarged everything. Here is another project I made. Again, I've had the laser now about 2.5 weeks at the time of this video's recording, and I've just been doing test runs on it and jotting down like notes as like what settings go good with what material and everything. But Santa's sleigh is here, and it's beautifully detailed, and this was also in the pattern pack. And it still has some of the residue because this is a dry fit. I've still got to go in and clean all this up that was on the back side, you know, where it burns through with the laser. And I've heard that turpentine or mineral spirits really does a great job of cleaning this up. For those of you out there that really use lasers a lot, please let me know if that's true, and I'll go out and get some. Maybe that'll help me clean these up a lot quicker. And then also in the pattern pack was this snowflake Christmas tree that I laser cut. Now this project, because of all the parts in it, took around 1.5 hours to do. I was overworking on the scroll saw, again keeping an eye on it while it made this. And then you guys know earlier we cut out this Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas Tree, that's a Steve Good design, on the scroll saw as an earlier video. And it came out great, but I had the idea of taking just the pattern here and not the base and importing it into the Lightburn software and using that, and I shrank the pattern down and cut out this. This is again the 1/4 inch material, and it came out nice and crisp. It can be a nice little Christmas ornament there. I think that's a great size for it. But I've got a green backer board drying to where I can glue a backer board to it and it can be hung on a wall, or if you got a strong magnet as a refrigerator magnet for the Christmas season. But I see a lot of possibilities here. For those curious, I'm using the Lightburn software with the Longer Ray5 20-watt laser, and everything here, especially the gingerbread Christmas house we cut out today, was used on the Lightburn software. And you're going to change settings up depending on what wattage of laser you have and what company of laser you go with. For the laser we used today, the 20 watt, I used a speed of 300, a power of 85%, one single pass with the air assist on, and it produced amazing results. But really, really cool. I'm always having fun learning and creating new things out here in the workshop, and I hope you guys have liked this video, and I hope it inspires you to maybe look at lasers. They are becoming more and more affordable, and they are now becoming more and more common in weekend woodworkers workshops, you know, people that only are able to get out there and work on the weekends, and it offers a lot of great versatility for things that you can make. I now want to try doing some acrylic stuff, maybe some stainless steel stuff, maybe engraving on dog tags or something like that. So a lot to look forward to in the new year. But I hope you guys have liked this video. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel and also follow me across all my social medias under the Artisan Pirate name. As always, links to contact me as well as all my social medias will always be linked down in the description box below these videos. That's about all for this one, and remember guys, if I can make it or do it, so can you. I'm the Artisan Pirate. Take care, and I'll see you guys real soon.